there's a profound strength in silence, especially after you've walked away. In a world that often equates noise with presence, choosing silence can make you unforgettable. Today, we delve into the transformative power of silence after leaving, and how it can make you truly irresistible. 1. The immediate aftermath. After a departure, be it from a relationship, a friendship, or a significant chapter in life, the instinct to explain, to reach out, to fill the void with words is strong. But what if, instead, you chose silence? Silence isn't about ignoring or punishing. It's about reclaiming your space, your energy, your narrative. It's a conscious decision to focus inward, to heal, and to grow. 2. The psychological impact of silence. Psychologists have long studied the effects of silence in interpersonal dynamics. When you step back and embrace silence, it often prompts introspection, not just for you, but for those you've distanced from. Your absence becomes a mirror, reflecting their actions, choices, and the void left behind. This isn't manipulation, it's a natural consequence of creating space. 3. Building self-worth through silence. Silence is a sanctuary. It's where you rediscover your worth, independent of external validation. By not chasing, explaining, or justifying, you affirm that your value isn't contingent on someone else's acknowledgement. This self-assuredness is magnetic. People are drawn to those who exude confidence and contentment. 4. The mystery and allure of silence. There's an undeniable allure in mystery. When you don't broadcast every thought or emotion, you become intriguing. Others begin to wonder, what are they thinking? How are they feeling? Have they moved on? This curiosity can reignite interest, admiration, and even desire. 5. Silence as a catalyst for growth. Beyond its impact on others, silence is a fertile ground for personal growth. It's in the quiet moments that clarity emerges, goals are set, and resilience is built. You transition from being reactive to proactive, from seeking closure to creating new beginnings. 6. The return, if and when it happens. Sometimes, silence leads to reconnection. But when that happens, you're no longer the same person who left. You've evolved, gained perspective, and fortified your sense of self. Any renewed connection is now on your terms, rooted in mutual respect and understanding. 7. The echo of your absence. When you leave in silence, it creates an echo, not just in the room you vacated, but in the hearts of those you left behind. The absence becomes louder than any words you could have spoken. It's human nature to crave closure, to seek understanding. And when they don't get it from you, they start searching for it within themselves. This is where your silence begins its work. It forces them to confront what they tried to avoid. Their decisions, their mistakes, their indifference. In many cases, it makes them realize the value of what they took for granted. 8. The Stoic approach to disengagement. The ancient Stoics believed that our peace lies not in controlling others, but in mastering our reactions. When you disengage with grace and quiet resolve, you reclaim your power. You don't need dramatic exits or emotional explosions. Those are easy. They're predictable. What leaves an indelible mark is your absence, your ability to walk away and never explain yourself. This is not coldness. It's wisdom. 9. The energy shift. Every relationship, every interaction carries energy. And when you withdraw yours, the imbalance is immediately felt. The person who once felt indifferent might suddenly feel an emptiness they can't name. It's not about revenge or games. It's about restoring your energy to yourself. Silence after leaving isn't passive. It's an active recalibration of your world. 10. Why they'll think about you more. There's a psychological principle at play here, the Zeigarnik effect. People remember incomplete stories more vividly than completed ones. When you leave without an explanation, without closure, you become the unfinished chapter in someone's story. And human beings are hardwired to seek resolution. So, while you're finding peace in your silence, they're replaying conversations, moments, and missed opportunities in their mind 11, evolving in the shadows. While they're lost in memories, you evolve. Silence grants you a rare opportunity to grow without an audience. No one's watching. No one's judging. There's no pressure to perform. It's just you, your thoughts, and the person you're becoming. And by the time you re-emerge, if you choose to, you're unrecognizable in the best way. 12. The art of non-availability. One of the most undervalued assets in the modern world is unavailability. When you constantly show up, reply instantly, and make yourself too accessible, you dilute your worth. But when you step back, when your presence becomes scarce, it gains value. People start noticing your absence more than they ever noticed your presence. They'll start to wonder where you went, what you're doing, and if you've moved on. 13. The silence that commands respect. Not all silence is created equal. There's a silence born of weakness, avoidance, fear, or passivity. And then there's the silence of a person who knows their worth, who refuses to entertain anything less than what they deserve. This silence is heavy. It carries weight. It demands respect without uttering a word. 14. How they'll test the waters. Eventually, curiosity turns to action. They'll reach out, subtly at first. A casual like on an old post. A random message. A question they don't really need the answer to. They're testing the waters, trying to see if you're still affected, if the door is still open. And your silence, if maintained with calm indifference, communicates everything it needs to. You're no longer where they left you. 15. Protecting the sanctity of your peace. By now, you've built a new world. A world without the noise of what once was. And it's tempting to respond, to revisit familiar roads. But remember, silence isn't a weapon. It's a sanctuary. Only break it if it serves your peace, your growth, your highest good. Never out of nostalgia. Never because they finally noticed. 16. The irresistible confidence of detachment. What makes a person truly irresistible isn't their appearance, status, or possessions. It's their detachment. The calm assurance that they will be fine with or without you. That their life moves forward, beautifully, regardless. And this level of emotional independence can't be faked. It's forged in silence. In the quiet moments where you choose yourself. 17. Transforming pain into power. Most people fear silence because it forces them to confront themselves. But if you embrace it, you'll discover something remarkable. Your greatest lessons, your deepest healing, and your most profound growth happen in solitude. It's where pain transforms into wisdom, where heartbreak becomes clarity, where you stop chasing and start attracting. 18. You become the standard. Once you've walked this path, you'll notice a shift. Not everyone will have access to you anymore. You won't be so easily swayed by fleeting attention or hollow promises. You become the standard others measure themselves against. Because you know what it means to choose peace over chaos, silence over drama, detachment over desperation. 19. The return is never the same. If they return, and many do, it won't be to the person they left. They'll find someone who's no longer seeking validation, who no longer needs to be heard to feel whole. Someone whose silence says everything. And whether you choose to engage or not, the dynamic has shifted forever. 20. Final reflections. In the end, silence isn't about withholding. It's about holding yourself, protecting your peace, nurturing your growth, and commanding your own narrative. It's about letting your absence speak louder than your words ever could. And in that quiet, you become irresistible, not because you demand attention, but because you don't. Because you've mastered the rare art of walking away, and meaning it. In choosing silence after goodbye, you don't just become irresistible to others, you become invaluable to yourself. Embrace the quiet. Let it heal, empower, and transform you. Because sometimes, the most powerful statement is the one left unsaid. If this message resonated with you, consider subscribing for more insights on personal growth and emotional resilience. Share your experiences with the power of silence in the comments below. Remember, your journey to self-discovery begins in the quiet moments.